Get out your pen and paper and start taking notes. The education system is a total flocking joke. Teaching the poor children a bunch of pseudoscience on the triumph of World War II and other forms of twisted violence, as if it is somehow normal to blast off each other's heads, whilst universal knowing is given zero cred. Never do they tell us that the answers are within, to trust our intuition and the joy that life can bring. They train the kids like robots to do what they're flocking told, condition them to know not that their hearts are made of gold, and that we download information from our hearts into our brains. The system is quite blatantly mind control to make us lame. A training ground for worker bees to take on 9-to-5s, with zero innovation, money makers in the hive. As if life is a number and a figure is the goal, they send you into slumber, then they snatch your sacred soul. Taught our 1, 2, 3s and the concept of separation, never taught geometries where the maths originates from. Our cerebro thinks in shapes, and so the shapes we're fed are ugly, an unsymmetric mess, and hence our water's slowly muddied. You can't express your soul and abide to popular opinion. The kids squeezed into pigeonholes like manufactured minions. Too many follow orders and don't question what they're taught, and stay within the borders, point no fingers at their faults. What of teaching oneness, or the great human potential? Instead, we're filled with numbness, and get literally driven mental. To function from the left brain is to be like a computer. Fits perfect in their game, you know, a transhumanism future. Strap the kids up to machines, then they needn't think at all. From young they set the scene, just let the robots do it all. So what about the basics? To treat each other with respect, to be authentic, not to fake it, and not be down each other's necks. Never taught to simply breathe, only taught the breath of fear. And so the tricks inside their sleeves to the likes of us are not so clear. I'm sorry to be rude, miss. I don't mean to be harsh. But growing your own food? Why is that not taught in class? Because that might give us independence and a solid, strong foundation. And physically and spiritually know our place, our true relation. Little focus on nutrition. Instead, we're fed a load of bull that don't help us on our mission. We are the fodder, don't be fooled. So why did no one teach us how to build our own abode? Obviously, to keep us knuckled down with a dead load. Paying rent or mortgage? Check out the etymology. Mortgage meaning death pledge. It's a telling terminology. The roots of our common language undisclosed, kept under wraps. Of course, to their advantage, so we endure their mental crap. The game, you see, is rigged. Only conformists make it through. They don't want you thinking big. Crushed ambition, human zoo. All of your natural talents get brushed off to the side. Then the mainstream current takes you on a stony, rocky ride. The teachers teach resentfully, paid off with minimal wages. The children sit attentively to absorb the teacher's rages. 90% of what we say is on a subtle level. It's more to do with how you say it, body language, the human vessel. You see, kids are reading energy before they're reading books. Our lives could be a melody, except we're ruled by crooks. Why, tell me, is life's meaning not the primary focal topic? An expression of one's feelings seems the basics, we forgot it. Who we are and where we came from. If that's not number one, then what the hell are they teaching us underneath our radiant sun? The pineal gland of children under 7 at its peak. Akashic record access, they are surfing worlds so deep. Inherent are the memories of dimensions, other lives. They're feeling subtle energies, so don't be fooled by their body size. Then comes the smart-ass teacher to tell them what is what. While Sophia is surfing the ether, the teacher's eyes wide shut. Who do they think they're talking to? The point is, they just don't know. What sickness are we brought into? Sensitivity at an all-time low. Many children live thousands of lifetimes and carry through their wisdom, only to get undermined by a newbie in the system. We treat the kids like morons, and we think we know best. If the truth be told, we're far gone, so grossly we are enmeshed. Been in this game for so long now that we've lost touch with who we really are. Forgotten life's a song now, and that we're children of the stars. We've inhabited earth for eons, in multi-tongues, in all terrains, ancient cultures and religions. You see, the young, they know the game. We played the soldier and the layman, the pauper and the king, the mystic and the shaman. Now leave the kids to do their thing. Innately, they know their purpose, if you give them a little space. Treat them worthily and earnest, and they'll share their divine database. Give them the tools of navigation in this brief window of time. Child-led vocation is the way to go throughout all space and time. Some call it autonomous learning, letting the child take lead. See what their heart's really yearning for, then you're sure not to mislead. Too many forgotten geniuses whose giftedness was never cherished. He knew way before they were fetuses the field in which they would relish. Only to land in this asylum, baffled and overwhelmed, from all-knowing in the land of the silence, to battle in a graveyard of spells. Some kids have to move just to think. Sir Ken Robinson says it on point, whilst psychiatrists are handing out Ritalin to make the kids sit in the joint. There are visual and audio learners, kinesthetic and readers and writers, and we might just turn 1 or 2 corners if we embrace this, our future much brighter. 'Cause the children, of course, are our future, and the present is built on our past. And here we are picking up the pieces like the remains of a nuclear blast. Our work here is multi-dimensional, from undoing emotional baggage to transgenerational trauma, from our lives that were a little more savage. And that all plays out in the physical, and our job's to seek out solutions. So when acquainted with the quizzical types, it may be a start of a revolution. So hey teachers, thank you for listening, and I pray that you take this on board, because we're well overdue for a shift in the system. After all, we're no brick in the wall.